Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's that baked witch. And yeah, I used to be known as the baked vegan, but I have gone through some major changes in 2020 and I now go by that baked witch because I am that baked witch. Speaking of being baked, I need to smoke. So 1 minute, please. Okay. Um So this video, I kind of want to just talk about what changed for me in 2020, and that is I started my spiritual journey unintentionally and then very much intentionally. But let me go back to 2020 when it all started. So, well, I guess I should say 2019. So in 2019, I finally became single for the very first time in my entire adult life. I am 31 years old now, and I had my first serious adult relationship when I was 18. That relationship lasted for 4 years. I immediately got into a second relationship with another person. That relationship lasted for just about 4 years. It was about 3 years. Yeah, about 3 years, I want to say. And then I immediately went into a third long-term relationship that I got out of in 2019 officially. It was one that was really hard for me to process and let go of because it was one that I was not ready to let go of when it happened. It's not something that I'm going to talk about because I'm not ready necessarily. It's a whole nother thing, but it was the best thing that had ever happened to me. I never got a chance to be single. I never got a chance to find out who I was and learn anything about myself. I was always with somebody, and I have something called borderline personality disorder, BPD, which basically means that I have a really hard time regulating my emotions. I attach to people very quickly. I have really bad abandonment issues, so I will make up imaginary situations almost where I think that someone's leaving me, and I unintentionally push them away, and then I get mad at them for trying to, to try to leave, and then I do something crazy to try to get them back, and it's a whole vicious cycle. I end up with very toxic types of people who are typically very abusive in pretty much any way. Not sexually, they've never been sexually abusive, but they've always been probably verbally abusive, emotionally abusive, and in some cases, physically abusive. And I mean, like, in a violent way, not in a sexual way. But I've never been with, and they've always also been alcoholics, and that's something that's always been a very stable pattern in my life because I was raised with alcoholics my entire life. I've only ever known addiction, but I have a very addictive personality, and I'm addicted to toxic people, and that's friends, family members, jobs, and I just allow that kind of toxic stuff to happen in my life because for some period of time I always felt like I must deserve this. I must be getting some sort of karmic backlash for something I did in a previous life. I must be paying for that, and I probably was. And I think that I finally went through a karmic cycle of some sort, which is why I'm finally able to start receiving all of the positive things that the universe has always had to offer to me, because that's something that I have genuinely always believed in. I've tried so many times, I've tried so hard, I wanted to feel it so bad in my heart of hearts, but I was never able to genuinely feel it. And that was belief of God. Like, I don't believe in God. And I was raised in a Christian household, and I was always raised Christian. Everybody that I've ever known, pretty much, even in my friend circles, based on like the cities that I've lived in, and like the general demographic in those areas is very Christian. So that's all I've ever known my entire life, but it never felt like it was for me. It never felt right for me. And I wanted to, because I wanted to believe in something. I wanted to feel like that purpose, or like that life had some sort of meaning more than just like, this is some weird human experience, right? But it was never God. I never felt pulled to that. I always felt pulled more to the power of the universe. I remember first being exposed to The Secret, the book, and then the movie The Secret back in probably like 2008 by my first serious boyfriend at the time. And that's the kind of stuff that he believed in. And he was really into Buddhist beliefs, and he also believed in some Hindu beliefs. And he really intrigued me in that kind of sense, that he was the first non-Christian that I knew. Which started to open up my eyes to that. And I was like, no, this resonates with me deeply. Like, if I'm positive, positive things start to happen. If I'm negative all the time, negative things start to happen. So that kind of universal energy, vibrational exchange kind of started to make sense to me, and is something that I was intrigued by, and I believed it. And then I went to my second relationship with the next guy, and he was an agnostic. So he believed in a higher power sort of source, or some sort of something that's bigger than the human experience, but he didn't believe in it necessarily. So he's not atheist, but he doesn't believe, he's right there in the middle. So then I was like, okay, well then I'm agnostic, because I'm also kind of in that same playing field, right? Then I get with the next guy who is more of a Christian, and I kind of go back to that Christian thing of, well, maybe it's God. Maybe I just I want it to be the universe, but maybe it's always been God, right? And I thought what I believe in, so he fell out of my life, and he's no longer present. I don't feel him anywhere near me at all. I don't believe, not that I don't believe, but I no longer worship him. I believe that he might exist, but I don't worship that God. That's G's in the universe, and I believe in astrology. I believe in the moon. I believe in herbal medicine. I believe in healing powers of crystals and stones and salts, and just paying attention to the signs from the universe, the wind, getting goosebumps, my spirit animal, seeing birds. I'm so much more in tune with that. That's what makes sense to me. That's what feels right. Feeling the energy of the sun, in my body when I'm outside, and feeling the breeze, and just remembering that the earth and the universe is alive, and that we're all connected. I'm connected to all of it. I mean, I can reach out and I can touch the wall, and I can feel the sun, and I can feel that connection. And that's something that resonates so deeply with me. And it's been so empowering finally accepting that part of myself, and something that I always believed it, but there was still some part of me that was like, no, maybe this is weird. Other people don't see it the same way. A lot of people the people that I was hanging around at the time didn't see it the same way. So I still kind of felt isolated in that sense. Yes, that my partner might have similar views, but they're not completely the same. And I don't have friends who see it the same way, and I don't have family members who see anything the same way. Never really had a lot of people around me that I could share this stuff with until now. And I find that I have a roommate now who sees very much the same things that I do, and I get along with her in such a good way in that sense, and we have such good deep conversations about these things, and she's helped me really grow spiritually in that sense too. She really helped me just become very comfortable with who I am, because she's very comfortable with who she is. And then I go to work, and I find that there are people like me at work too, and people who are also new to it and excited to learn about it and intrigued by it, and they see that these things that I'm going through are working for me, and they see that I'm changing. They see that my life has been not a 360, it's been a 180. And that's been really exciting to be a part of for the people closest to me who care about me. And it's been really fucking exciting for me. I've never been this genuinely happy in my entire life. And that's something that I can say with absolute confidence, that I am genuinely happy. And I suffer with bipolar depression on top of having a personality disorder. I have borderline that, makes regulating emotions and things very hard. And having bipolar depression on top of that makes the depression really heavy sometimes, and that still happens, but I'm able to work through it in a way that I've never been able to work through it before, and I'm able to control my anxiety in a way that I've never been able to before. And I'm feeling so much more connected to wanting to connect with humans. Something like I'm such an introvert. I crave my alone time more than anything on this planet. I just want to sit outside with my bong, be alone, and not talk to people. And I just want to connect with the earth, and I just want to connect with the stars and the moon at night, and I just want to feel all of that. And I don't really want to connect with humans, but then at the same time I do. And I'm feeling pulled towards that kind of thing, and I'm finally feeling like maybe I'm getting comfortable enough at some point soon to start branching out and actually meet people, which is why I'm feeling pulled to start posting on YouTube again, because I'm feeling pulled to start talking about it. I'm feeling pulled to share my story. I've been watching so many YouTubers who talk about their spiritual journeys, and it's so intriguing to understand what everybody believes and where their journey is taking them and why they're on it and what it's teaching them and what's changing for them. It's so interesting to learn about, and just being around that positive energy too. exposing myself to very positive content and spiritual content is something that I'm very drawn to right now. So if I can also be a positive light or a positive channel or a positive video or just one positive sentence to anybody, that's what I want to do. And I'm just being pulled towards more human experiences as well as all of this nature, spiritual experience, but there's a human part of that as well, and also just connecting with other spirits, being a part of that spiritual process, just connecting with other souls. And I really want to start getting into that more, and I want to start doing it here more first by connecting with you guys, so you guys along with me. So you guys just watch. Within the next 2 months, I'm gonna have my car for the first time in 9 years. I am manifesting that right now, and you're here to hear it first. 2 months, guys. It's March something, I don't know, it's like the middle of March. I don't know the exact date. I don't know. Whatever, you'll see whatever day this is posted. But in 2 more months, I will have a car. I haven't had a car in 9 fucking years. So that's going to be really big. That's going to be a big deal. And I can't wait to experience just the most incredible things. Go to random fucking festivals in Costa Rica. It's going to be fun, guys. Just fucking wait. It's going to be fun. And I want you to start doing the same for yourself. Start manifesting that fucking life that you want for yourself. You are that bitch. You are that fucking bitch. Show up like her every single day. And tell yourself that you're that bitch. You got this, boo. Your life is gonna fucking change too. Manifest that shit. I promise you, your life will change. Let's change our fucking life together. Alright, guys. I'll talk to you later. Bye.